Alright guys, welcome back. This is going to be a pickup video dedicated to the original Xbox, the OG, original gangster, the first Xbox. My favourite console to collect for at the minute. I'm going mad for it, basically because it's really cheap to get those games. There's a lot of very good games on there, but also because the Xbox is part of the 6th generation of consoles, and that is really the last generation of consoles that it will be easy to collect for in any kind of lasting way. What I mean by that is that all the games on the system were complete when they were released. You know, for the original Xbox and the PS2, of course, you don't have to rely on servers or patches or updates or any of this stuff that is kind of making collecting for modern systems difficult, especially as a long-term prospect. You know, in years, in the not too distant future, it's going to be really hard to make a decent Xbox One or PS4 collection, because most of the games are going to be missing vital patches or updates or server support. So anyway, it's a future-proof system to collect for, as long as you've got a working Xbox, of course, and those things are beasts. So I expect to be able to enjoy this collection well into the future. So that's one of the motivations behind it. Yeah, also it's just because there's a shitload of really good games on it, and of course the PS2, the most successful console in history, was the Xbox's rival. But I don't like collecting for PS2 because on the PAL variant, of course, you have those boring white and black spines. They just look horrible. So from an aesthetic point of view, I'm looking at it now. The Xbox collection just looks nicer on the shelf, to me anyway. Some people like that uniformity. I fucking hate those PS2 spines. Anyway, so yeah. Xbox, original Xbox, OG, Xbox crazy. I've been going lately. So I'll show you. I mean, yeah, it's probably not the most cost-effective way to collect for, especially for cheap games. But yeah, I've been buying lots of kind of like lots of single auctions and single sale, you know, single whatever games on eBay, and probably could have saved a few quid here and there if I'd been patient and waited and done a good, you know, a lot of hunting out in the wild. Might have been able to knock a few quid off some of these games in total, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. I'm just happy to have them, some cool looking games here. So the first one I've got here is Rogue Trooper. That's a cool looking third person shooter. Just looks like a lot of fun. It's got some good write-ups that I've read. £3.50, Rogue Trooper, and that is complete. Very nice. So yeah, that's that one. Also got Blood Omen, again for £3.50. Weird controls on this one. Yeah, it's kind of a throwback. You know, obviously the burgeoning years of 3D gaming, some of the control methods were a bit suspect, a bit weird, and this one takes a little bit getting used to. Very retro in the feel of the controls, but it's got a cool artwork on the front. I do like that artwork. I also think the artwork is, a lot of the time, was a lot cooler on the 6th generation compared to the modern generations. The coolest artwork of all has got to be the tape-based games of the 80s. They were just uber cool, but that's complete. Happy to have Blood Omen, and that is Legacy of Kain series for £3.50. So bosh in the collection. Right, what else we got? Spawn Armageddon. What did I get that one for? £4. I don't tend to see this out in the wild anywhere, which led me to believe it might be uncommon. It probably is not anywhere near what could be logically classified as uncommon, but I haven't seen it in the wild that I remember anyway. So £4 for Spawn, and that is complete also, and that's got a 16+ rating. So I'm expecting swear words, maybe poo, wee, stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah, Spawn. I had a little go on that. That looks like a pretty cool game. Right, then we have Largo Winch. Definitely never seen this out in the wild. This was £5 off eBay. Again, another single buy it now. Just went for it. There weren't many listed on the site at the time, so I just got it in lieu of patience, in lieu of waiting for auctions. I just went for a buy it now. £5. It is complete. This is a PAL exclusive, of which there are a few. There are some PAL exclusives, and I have a friend over the Atlantic shall I say, doesn't live in the Atlantic, who is trying to get also the PAL exclusives. And I believe he's already got hold of that one. That was a dive version that you didn't really need to hear. So, next one is Sid Meier's Pirates. Looks like a fun game. It's got some good critical acclaim, has this one. It's common, very common. You can pick this up very easily. I got this for £3. Again, it's one that probably could have got even cheaper than that if I'd waited. I've seen some auctions that have gone for less than that. But happy to have that one in the collection. Nice cover as well. Now then, this one. I already had this game, but I had it on NTSC. For some reason I thought it was an NTSC exclusive. Didn't think it had come out in Europe, but apparently it had, and my research abilities are poor. And it's SeaWorld Adventures, Shauna's Deep Sea Adventure. I first heard of this through that same friend who was looking for PAL exclusives, Adam Korlick. He said he'd heard that this one was something approaching uncommon. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I didn't realise it actually came out on PAL format, and it had. So now I have it in PAL. And there's no difference at all between PAL and NTSC versions of games on the 6th generation, as far as I'm aware. So there's, technically no point in me having changed out for a PAL version, but I did anyway. Ever so slight OCD tendencies there. Not present in any other area of my life, just game collecting. That was £2.50. So, uncommon or not, that was a cheap one to get hold of. And actually, despite the theming of the game, it's actually quite a fun little game. It's got elements, at least the early levels that I've played, I don't know if it changes or whatever, but plays a little bit like Nights into Dreams, actually. So you sort of, swimming around on a kind of 2D plane, a la Nights. So yeah, that looks not a bad little game there. Right, had a bit of bad luck as well on eBay. 3 times in the last 3 weeks, roughly. Ordered the game, only to find out when it got here that it did not work. Now, you guys already know about the first one if you saw the last video, and that was the fairly uncommon Digimon Rumble Arena 2. Happy to get that, only to find out it had a bloody great crack on the disc. Yeah, similar thing happened twice again in the last couple of weeks. And the first one was Die Hard Vendetta, which I think I got that for about £3. Yeah, it looks like a fun game. Nice. Not when it arrived. It was listed as complete with manual. They'd actually specifically said in the description, with, in bold, in capital letters, with manual. No, no manual. No. Listed as very good condition with manual. No, not very good condition. Doesn't have the manual. Also doesn't work. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see. No, you won't be able to see the scratches, but it doesn't work. I tried it in the machine several times. There's a dud. So I've opened a case. Hopefully I'll get the refund for it, and at least I'll have a spare case for something else. So, hey, ye gods. Right, next one that had a similar issue was this one, Tack, the Great Juju Challenge. Yeah, fun little platformer. I already had the sequel, for there are 2 Tack games on original Xbox. Yeah, and I've not seen this one out in the wild either, so I was happy to pick this one up for some money that I can't remember. It's under a £5. But yeah, again it came and the disc didn't work, and this one is scratched pretty badly. I don't think it'll come out on the screen. That was a waste of time. Oh, hang on. No, you can't see anything at all. No, basically it didn't work. So, but in this instance, when I messaged the seller and explained that they'd sent me a dud game, they were very gracious and sent me out a replacement. So, there is a copy of Tack that does work and is complete. So again, I guess I've got a lovely spare case. I say lovely, decent-ish case. Yeah, so that's a load of eBay original Xbox pickups. I should say from my last video, I did a sort of trade with 2T UK, and he sent me a Brucey bonus that I didn't even notice at the time of shooting that last video, and that was Star Wars Battlefront. A pretty collectible and very, very fun, very good game for the original Xbox. I already had it, but he sent me this game, so that'll be pretty good trade fodder. Should get a few quid for that. And I'm going down to Playtime in the Broadmarsh in Nottingham right after shooting this vid to get rid of some spares and duplicates. So that should be good. So cheers to for that Brucey bonus, which I didn't mention last time. Right, the last pickup that I got was a bundle. I don't usually go for bundles on eBay, mainly because you've always got half of them you already own and the rest of it. So, but it's a good way to get bargains because they tend to be cheaper overall. And again, obviously, even if you've already got some of the games, you can always just trade in the ones you have already got. So that's my plan with this one. The guy actually delivered it to my door. He was local, so to save on postage for him, he came round and just dropped it off, which is brilliant. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 original Xbox games in here. And so let's have a look. We've got Flat Out. Very common, very cheap game, but it looks pretty sweet on the back. Lovely graphics. I'll try and show you. Remember, this is 6th gen PS2 era, and if those are game graphics, it's pretty sweet. So Flat Out. So I should say, sorry, that this bundle was £10. So 10 original Xbox games for £10. I think you'll see that overall that works out pretty good for what's in there. So we got Flat Out, there's that. We got Conflict Global Storm. I think that's a cover-based shooter, is it? Or, no, what is it? I don't know, some kind of war game. But it's got this funky, shiny cover, which you may or may not be able to get the benefit of there on camera. Then we got Juiced. I'm not the biggest racing fan in the world. I do like some, but I wouldn't go out of my way to build a collection of car-based games, but I'll try them and see if it's worth keeping. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, obviously already had that. I say obviously because it's just a fucking awesome series, but it's in pretty good nick. I might have to see if this is in better condition than the one I already had. So Chaos Theory. Need for Speed Carbon. Again, I'll need to check that out and see if it's worth holding on to. Now, brilliant game. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. Already had that. But yeah, cool game. Very, very good. Blinks the Time Sweeper. Again, already had that. Now, this is the game. I bought this bundle for £10 for one game, effectively. And is this next one. Because I've seen a few listings for it. Most of them were buy it nows, and there wasn't one on eBay under £6. I didn't want to pay £6 for it, so I thought, oh, it's in this bundle of 10 games for £10. I'll certainly be able to get some money back in trading for the ones I don't want, and that should make this game less than I would have paid for it had I gone for that the cheapest listing on eBay at the time, and it is Cat in the Hat. Obviously based on the Dr. Seuss books, very strange, very deep, very philosophical books. But yeah, I'm not holding out too much hope that this game will be, as weird or as deep as the books. I think obviously it's based on the movie with is it Jim Carrey? Yeah, or Mike Myers. No, Mike Myers, isn't it? Yeah. So it's based on that film, so it's probably going to be watered down in terms of strangeness. But it looks like a fun little platformer, and definitely wanted it in the collection, so there's Cat in the Hat. It is complete, and that's alright. So yeah, so that's the reason for this £10 bundle. 2 more games left. Time Splitters 2, which I already had, but again I'll have to check to see which one is in better nick and keep the best quality one. And this game should make a few quid back off the investment in trading, and it's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. It goes for a few quid. In shops it goes for more than it does on eBay, certainly. So I don't know how much, I'll see how much trading I can get for it, but yeah, it might help go towards making something back off that bundle. But I might actually I'm tempted to keep it. I already have the Grand Theft Auto triple pack with all 3 of the games from that generation in it, but it might be nice just to have the standalone San Andreas as well. I mean, yeah, it's just, I don't know, we'll see anyway. But that is my OG Xbox haul. Let me show you. So in the last video I said, oh yeah, I'm kind of nearly done, kind of winding down on the original Xbox collecting, not much more to get. Yeah. So that's that. Alright guys, well I'm off to playtime now, see if I can get some trading value, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.